Hello everyone, Zizger here. I know I haven't talked to y'all in a while, but I'm here doing a live stream for Summoner by popular demand. I have my little summon dude out, and in preparation for Dawntrail, I have my little Zidane dude out here too. If you haven't figured, Zidane's my favorite Final Fantasy character, Final Fantasy 9, and I'm kind of grateful I have this. Also, as an announcement to those of you who enjoy my streams, I will be doing an anniversary for my Eternal Bonding. Anybody who wishes to join, it will be next Wednesday at 6 p.m. I will also be live streaming that. So if you are in Exodus and want an invitation, or you just want to watch it on Twitch, it will be streaming on Twitch live, later to be put on YouTube for anybody who might have missed it. Well, with no further ado, we're going to start our Summoner intro. Now this is our company house, and I'm going to use our company striking dummies, because 90% of what we do with Summoner does not require an extra person to show what else they can do. So let's go right into it. Let's see here. Go to our famous actions and traits. And we're going to start with our basic. Well, of course, you cannot do basically anything without summoning your carbuncle. So you can go to your carbuncle, say you don't want it out. You can tell it to go away. Bye-bye! Oh. Or you can bring it out. Bingo. Again, you cannot do basically anything Summoner style without your little dude. So, we're going to start with that. Now, once we start this, now, if you are a lower level than level 90, this is going to be a little difficult for you to follow due to the fact that they change things halfway through. So things are going to be a little different than you are expecting. Now, when you get to the actions and traits and you get to the bottom here, these are actions that cannot be assigned to a hotbar because they are automatic, depending on what summon you have summoned out. So, we're going to start with, well, I guess you could say Psychic. Psychic, if you don't know what that is, which should, it's basically a healing spell that all Arcanists start with. Of course, mind you, Arcanist is the bottom of the rung for Summoner. It splits into Summoner and Scholar. So those of you who want to cheat and don't want to have to raise Summoner, but like Scholar or vice versa, keep in mind, any levels you get for either one goes for the other. So you're not a very good healer, but you want to raise up both, work with your Summoner, and vice versa. So, Psychic stays with Summoner. I don't know in Dawntrail whether or not that's going to be changed, but as of right now, it is there, and it really kind of sucks. I mean, look at this. This is terrible. I mean, come on, 621 hit points out of my total of 6,228. So, for healing purposes, Summoners stink. Okay, if you're going to do that, go Red Mage. Then you have, of course, Resurrection. I don't know, because I've been hearing things back and forth about Dawntrail, whether or not Summoners will retain this ability, or whether or not Red Mages will retain it. I'm kind of hoping they do. They're nice as backups. But it's basically a raise spell, which, of course, you would use your roll ability of Swift Cast to use, because it works faster. So, we're going to start with a basic rotation. Most of this is self-explanatory. When we get down here to things like Aether, I'll work over Aether Flow and Precious Brilliance and Gem Shine in just a minute. Our first thing we're going to do is we're going to start our rotation by clicking on our guys here, and we're going to summon Bahamut. This is the beginning of a summoner rotation, and by doing this you get Enkindle Bahamut, and you can also use Death Flare. That opens it up, and then the next thing you have is, oops, it kind of disappeared on me, but I'll go into here to show you. You will end up with Astral Impulse and Astral Flare. Now, Astral Impulse is deals unexpected damage with a potency of 440. Can only be executed while in Dreadworm Trance, which doesn't last very long. It does have a timer. This one is not an AoE. It is distinctive to one enemy at a time. So keep that in mind when using it. This one deals unexpected damage with a potency of 180 to target and all enemies nearby it. Again, can only be executed while in Dreadworm stance. And of course, Death Flare is triggered when you summon Bahamut. Deals unexpected damage with a target and deals unexpected damage to target and all nearby enemies with a potency of 500 for the first enemy and 60% less for the remaining enemies. Can only be executed again while under Dreadworm Trance. So make sure to get these off as fast as you can before your timer runs out. Now, once that has happened, you now have, if you look up here, I'm going to take my little cursor, right up here, you see these three little dudes? Okay. These three little dudes. Now, when you're lower level, this would be Ruby Carbuncle, this would be Topaz, and Emerald. These represent later on Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. And as you move up in level, slowly but surely, you'll get them in different forms. Like, to begin with, again, it's just the Carbuncles. Then halfway through, you get like the Iggies that we used to have. They're kind of little miniature versions. And then when you get to full-blown Summoner, being level 90, you get to have this fun. Now I'm going to show you what this does. Now this is Summon Ifrit 2. It will summon Ifrit, and then he disappears. He does a big damage and then disappears, but he leaves you with 20 seconds to use 2 of his abilities. Well, actually, technically 3, because you can do Crimson Cyclone, which is a jump-in quick ability. Now, in this case, I would use Swiftcast, and you would use Ruby or Brilliance. Since that disappeared, I am really messing this up. My bad, guys. Okay, but you do not have to wait on the timer for that. That will come in its own time. Next, I usually go with Titan. He will do a big ability. And then you have Topaz Catastrophe. That does damage to all enemies. Or you Topaz Right, which does it only one. And in between, you have this, Mountain Buster. Now, Titan's the only one that you can do this with. But in between those, you can do that. And then you can summon Garuda. And she will do hers. Now, hers leaves a damage over time buff. This one, Slipstream. So if the tank has taken up a whole load of enemies, throw that down. It does continual damage. And again, you can do Emerald Right, which does multiple, does one enemy at a time, and then Emerald Catastrophe, which hits multiple enemies. Now, in the midst of all this, we have other actions that we can use. Actions such as Ruin 4, which will appear. I'm trying to remember, where does that one go? For some reason, I don't have that on my hotbar. That is kind of dumb on my part. Again, I am terribly sorry, guys. Whoop, wrong one. Which one do I have here? This one's it, I think. So, we're going to put this on here just so that we can show you. It does activate. Oh, wait a minute. It was on there. I'm stupid. There it is. Ruin 4. But anyway. So, you have that. So these two, basically Precious Brilliance and Gem Shine, these are changed when you summon to the AoE and single hit abilities of the summon that you do. Like, so let's do this. We're gonna go, I don't have out. So they only work when you do the summons. Now, you can also use Tri-Disaster, which does a serious amount of damage. Oh, and I'm not doing that right. And at earlier stages, this is, I do believe, called Outcry. Deals unexpected damage with a potency of 120 to target and all enemies nearby it. This is basically an AoE ability, and this is your single person attack, which is Ruin 3. So these are the two you would do when you do not have a summon out. Now, again, this class is actually very self-explanatory. It's very simple. But if you're wanting to know a rotation, we'll go with, okay, we'll use, if you use Energy Siphon, it lights these two up. Now this opens up Pain Flare and Ruin 4. These are just basic attacks you can use in between summons, which, trust me, you will end up with that on occasion. And you can do 2 of Pain Flare or 2 of Fester. Pain Flare and Fester are the only 2 abilities that can be used with this. Now, if you're a scholar, you have 3 of them, which kind of makes it nicer. Kind of wish they would give us a few more of these, but I'm not going to gripe. So let's talk about those abilities for a second. Here we go. Fester. Now, back in the day, this used to be a damage over time. In fact, you used to use this with Tri-Disaster. Tri-Disaster used to be a poison ability. You put it on one enemy, and then you used Fester. It would spread it to all the enemies around it. Now, it just deals unexpected damage with a potency of 340. Pain Flare deals unexpected damage with a potency of 150 to target and all nearby enemies. So these are just extra added attacks that you can use in between your summoning spells, which your summoning spells will eat up a lot of your time, because when I'm done explaining a few things, you're going to find this very fascinating that you are not going to have a whole lot of time to do extra attacks, because you will be doing nothing but summoning. Now, I'm going to just show you this one since I'm right here. Radiant Aegis. Order Carbuncle to execute Radiant Aegis. Radiant Aegis effect creates a barrier around self that absorbs damage, totaling 20% of your maximum HP. Duration 30 seconds. Maximum charges 2. Can only be executed while Carbuncle is summoned. So this is actually, you're going to love this, a barrier. And when you get high enough level, it's a barrier that goes up everybody. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. It really, really is cool. So, now that we have basically discussed most of our actions. I mean, I can go over, if you would like, I can go over each and every one of the summons. We've got Summon Ifrit 2, summons Ruby Ifrit and orders it to execute Inferno. Inferno effect, deals fire damage to target and all enemies within 5 yalms, with a potency of 750 for the first enemy and 60% less for all remaining enemies. Additional effect, grants 2 stacks of fire attunement, which that is, well, where is it? Let's go. It's down here. Fire attunement. There we go. Crimson Cyclone, that's the one I was telling you about. And Crimson Strike. So those are 2 that you get with Ifrit. Fire attunement effect. Gem Shine and Precious Brilliance become fire aspected, meaning instead of it just being there, which you can't use unless you actually summon, Gem Shine and Precious Brilliance become fire aspected. Same with Titan becoming stone and Garuda being wind. And again, Gem Shine is one enemy, Precious Brilliance is all enemies. Additional effect grants Ifrit's favor. Effect of Ifrit's favor ends upon execution of certain summoner actions. Can only be executed while under the effect of Ruby Arcanum. And Carbuncle is summoned. Current pet will leave the battlefield while Ruby Ifrit is present and return once gone. Now, Titan, it's pretty much the same thing. Summon Topaz, Titan, and order it to execute Earth and Fury. Earth and Fury deals earth damage to target and all enemies for 5 yalms within a potency of 750 for the first enemy and 60% less for all remaining enemies. Additional effect grants 4 stacks of Earthen Attunement. Earth Attunement effect, of course, is Gem Shine, Precious Brilliance, become Earth's aspect, can only be executed while under the effect of Topaz Arcanum, and so on and so forth. And you get the basic idea behind Garuda. It's the same idea. The difference with her is, like I said, when you put on her ability, she is when she gives you Garuda's favor, you can leave a damage over time debuff on your enemies. So, to be more precise, I am going to go through the rotation to show you what exactly you can do. One other ability that I'm pretty sure that's the same one. Let me make double sure that I'm not double seeing things. Yes, there is one other one you can do. It is a pet ability. But you have to have this on your hotbar so that your pet will do it. Radiant Aegis, which this is the same thing as before, only it's the difference of you can put it up here with the person or you can have it with the pet. Either way, it all works the same. Okay, so I am going to run through my rotation and you can see how well this works. Now, I've got to figure out how I'm going to do this because I keep bumping into things here. This might not have been the smartest move on my part. But anyway, we're going to summon Phoenix. Now this works nicely because they gives people healing as well. But you can do a bunch of different stuff with Phoenix. Again, you have your one ability that's AoE, another one that is just simple one enemy attack. So that opens up again our summons here. So we're going to go Ifrit. I'm going to show you everything you can do with Ifrit. Now the only reason I did that way, the Swift Cast, was because his takes so much longer. If you can at least use Swiftcast for one of his abilities. That's wonderful. And you just use these up as fast as you can. Summoner right now can pump out the damage because it is practically, you can run around the arena and be casting these, unlike most other summons, and most other casters. And then of course you have that, which you can use that, you can use that. And then we're going to go through our rotation again, which is we summon Bahamut. This goes Akmon. And by the way, again, this is on a timer, so you want to watch yourself carefully and get out as much damage as you can on the Bahamut timer. And then you just start your rotation again. Watch yourself when using Crimson Cyclone. You will end up having to jump in. So watch yourself when you decide to use it, because you can get hit very badly and end up dead. So watch your step as you go. But you kind of get the idea here. In between each use, for this one, I am using the mountain. Then you have your basic attacks, which I'll just do my basic attack. In between, sometimes you'll end up doing that. Okay, there's your single attack. And then you have Tri-Disaster, which is your basically your outcry. It does multiple, it hits multiple enemies. Only one other ability that I have not gone over with you. I kind of forgot about it because most of the time I don't even use it. If I can find it. Here we are. Searing Light increases damage dealt by self and nearby party members by 3%. Now, you kind of sit there and go, why would you want to do that? Increases damage dealt by self and nearby enemy party. Read it carefully. You have, it's not doing damage to you, it's decreasing damage done to you and your party members. This hits everybody. It's really kind of a nice ability. And you can double up. That's really kind of cool. But these are basically ideas you can use. You can mix and match depending on your fight style and also your situation. And Summoner, it works so wonderfully. It's such a simple class, and they've made it very nice and versatile. Now, I am doing this, and I'm probably going to regret having done it because Dawn Trove's going to come out in a couple weeks, and they'll have messed with everything. Watch it. Just watch it. But in the meantime, I hope this was helpful. And I hope you're able to join us next Wednesday for the ceremony of eternal bonding. And if there's anything I've missed, or there's something that you think I should bring up, or there's another class you want me to work with, please just send me a like, or subscribe, or send me a note, or however, I can't remember what they call that, but anyway, let me know what you think. Leave me comments, thumbs up, whichever, and we'll see you on the next one.